Teenagehood is usually perceived by many to be an enjoyable stage of any person's life. It is in this stage that new body features start occurring and a sense of responsibility for one's actions start materializing. Unfortunately, sometimes these aspects impact teenagers negatively. When this happens, parents and guardians often try to limit their children from venturing into things that may spoil their future. This action is usually not received well by the teenagers and therefore, they may appear depressed. Depression is a health problem that affects a person's moods and hence you always appearing troubled. Teen depression can also come as a result of biological factors that may be taking place in the body. For teenage girls, factors such as menstrual cycles may cause a hormonal imbalance in the body which can directly affect the portion of the brain that controls the girl's emotions and hence interfere with the moods. This is why teenage girls may at times appear gloomy or moody whenever they are having their monthly periods. On the other hand, teenage boys may get depressed because of emotional problems such as not having girlfriends in school while all their other friends have. This makes the boys have low self-esteem, appear withdrawn most of the time or perform poorly in school. Other causes of teen depression that are commonly known include seasonal changes, lifestyle influences and so on. Whenever one suffers from teen depression, various symptoms that come along with the condition occur. Frequent sadness and tearfulness are among the signs that are easily noticeable when one is suffering from this problem. The levels of sadness may at times vary according to how the person wakes up. However, the teenager may show pervasive sadness by constantly wearing dark-colored clothes to symbolize how they are feeling. A sense of hopelessness is another feeling that materializes when one suffers from teen depression. This feeling makes the teenager be pessimistic in everything that they think of and eventually, he or she may stop caring about his personal appearance or hygiene since in his mind, nothing can actually make the future appear positive. Social isolation and poor communication methods are other signs of teen depression. These symptoms usually lead to lack of connections with family members and friends. This means that the teenager would now start spending a lot of their time alone and without having any interests lined up in his mind. In addition, the teenager will always be keen to avoid any kind of family events or gatherings. There are numerous teen depression effects that usually occur every time one suffers from this condition. Some of these include major changes in eating or sleeping patterns. These effects may start being noticed whenever the teenager starts watching television all night, starts finding it hard to get up for school, starts sleeping during the day, lose appetite or even becoming anorexic or bulimic. When the condition becomes more advanced, the teenager may decide to run away from home. To treat teen depression, professional help from a well-trained doctor is usually preferred. The doctor will be able to listen and counsel the patient and, if necessary, prescribe appropriate medication to be used by the patient. Church and sporting activities can also positively preoccupy the teenager and eventually make him come out of this situation. Quick tips to help you spot it and cure it fast. Depression in teens can be very hard to recognize. Read on to find out the symptoms to look for, how to build a support network for your teenager, and what you will need to do to get yourself and your child through this difficult time if you think they may be suffering from depression in teens. Step 1. Get informed. The most common causes of depression in teens are the loss of a close family member, a family history of depression, an unstable upbringing, an abusive parent or career, and any pre-existing behavioral or attention disorders can also contribute. Girls are more likely to suffer than boys, but boys are less likely to discuss their problems or any feelings of depression. If it goes untreated, depression in teens can become extremely serious. In some cases the depression has worsened, it can lead to depression in adulthood, and it increases the risk of suicidal tendencies. Make sure you read as much information as possible. Don't assume it's a phase. Depression in teens must be taken seriously and treated. Step 2. The symptoms. The following symptoms can be signs of depression in teens: spending more time alone, not spending time with friends, a noticeable lack of enthusiasm, more tired than usual, a bleak outlook on life, change in diet, eating more or less, insomnia or oversleeping, tired and fatigued, trouble with memory and concentration, easily frustrated and irritable. If your teen has constantly displayed more than 3 of these symptoms for more than 2 weeks, they may be suffering from depression in teens, and it's time to take action. Step 3. Building a support network. Try talking to your teenager. Try to get to the bottom of the way they're feeling, but don't push too hard. This may be difficult as they may not want to share their feelings. If you have a close relationship with one of your son or daughter's friends, they can help you understand whether your child is a depression sufferer. Try talking to them, they may have the answers. Try to be there for your child as much as possible. Share the burden with your spouse and other family members. You could even involve their close friends in the group. The more support your teenager has, the more secure they will feel. Step 4. Beating depression. If you think your child may be suffering from depression in teens, it's time to get help. Visit your doctor and get your child diagnosed. Your doctor will be able to tell the various forms of medication available. Be sure to also inquire about the possibility of talking therapies as a cure. CBT, or cognitive behavioral therapy, is one of the most successful ways of dealing with and helping to cure depression in teens. You may also be able to offer your teen some alternative remedies. Try to make their life fun, and less stressful. Remember, the small things you do will make a big difference.